Hot off of the amazing trailer that debuted this weekend at Disney's D23 Expo, I thought I would discuss my thoughts on what I think might be the entire roster list Square Enix might choose to go with for the release of Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, first and foremost, I want to reiterate that my list has no confirmation, rather these are just speculations based on trends in my understanding of Disney and the Square Enix formula. So, to begin, we know that the original Kingdom Hearts contained 13 worlds, 11 fully playable, 1 optional mini-game driven world, and 1 that was seen only during the cinematics then later locked off. I'm looking at you, Disney Castle. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 2 contained a total of 15 worlds, 7 returning from the original, this time counting Disney Castle, which is now playable, but swapping Atlantica for a damn minigame world. Gosh darn you, Atlantica, may your journey end in the franchise here. They also decided to keep 100 Acre Woods as a minigame based world as well. This left us with 8 brand new worlds to explore and to enhance the story. Based on this, I'm assuming that we're going to get at least 15 worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3. As of now, we have confirmation of 6 worlds that Sora will traverse through one way or another based on trailer footage and interviews with the series director Tetsuya Nomura. These worlds include Olympus Coliseum, belonging to Hercules, San Francisco, Big Hero 6, the Kingdom of Corona, Tangled, we have the unnamed Toy Story world that was just recently announced, and we've seen both Twilight Town and the Mysterious Tower again from the trailers. Okay, now with that established, let's go into what I believe will be the other 9 worlds included in Kingdom Hearts 3. Alright guys, first up is Arendelle from Frozen. Let's face it, Frozen made Disney a stupid amount of money, and it has had so many influences on pop culture and the way society is evolving to depict positive feminism within the medium of film. With the way the story narrative is composed in the movie, I could see it easily being translated to fit the narrative of Kingdom Hearts. Being accepting, true to oneself, and the power of love and friendship are all common themes both franchises share that I feel would transition over smoothly. My number 2 pick goes to Treasure Planet. Sue me, but I wasn't a big fan of Port Royal. There was nothing truly wrong with the world other than the pain in the ass pirates that like to hide in the shadows instead of collecting this ass whipping that they had coming to them. But I mean, I digress. I think it's because I'm not a real big fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise that I don't want to see it return. One of the things that was consistent from Game 1 to Game 2 were the usage of pirates. Kingdom Hearts 2 had Port Royal and the original game had Neverland. I'll push my comparison further by noting that both had treasure-related plots by roping in the depiction of Neverland from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. On top of all of that, talking about the actual movie itself, Jim, the protagonist of Treasure Planet, shares many parallels to our series hero Sora in that they are both longing for adventure and searching for elements of their lives that are missing. The world of Treasure Planet is vast and truly different from a lot of the more traditional Disney worlds, so I feel if this world isn't on deck for Kingdom Hearts 3, I think it is really a big missed opportunity on Square Enix's part. Also, Treasure Planet has been in the top 3 worlds I've heard most people ask for when discussing which world they would like to see into the franchise. Also a part of the top 3 is Atlantis. Please, for the love of everything Square Enix, please drop Atlantica in favor of this aquatic world-based gem. One thing I think this world has going for it is exploration. Exploration out the ass. And what is Sora and the gang always doing? Searching for the missing friends, searching for answers, searching for the reason why Goofy is super mad all of a sudden. Searching. Starting off the world by having Sora meet up with Milo and the gang shortly after reaching Atlantis would provide for a great jumping on point as the characters would get a chance to be a part of the great expedition that would later lead to the shock and awe betrayal for the gang, all the while dealing with the themes of corruptibility and greed. Personally, I could see Heartless in this world being based off of the Leviathans, and I could see that being pretty awesome. Number 4 is New Orleans, or the Princess and the Frog world. This world is capable of offering a lot in my opinion. One of the key things I think that this world could bring to the table is diversity. Much like a lot of early Disney, Kingdom Hearts is truly devoid of people of color in their human-related characters department. The same way Disney's inclusion of an African-American Disney princess broke barriers and reached out to an audience that felt like it was missing a voice in the Disney universe, I think Square Enix would turn a few more heads for those of the gaming community looking for a more diverse character palette. I think thus far the inclusion of Agrabah and the Land of Dragons has helped push for diversity, and I think the Big Hero 6 world will expand on this a whole lot more with a large diverse cast of characters. Another thing that I think New Orleans would offer is a beautiful sense of atmosphere, especially if they take advantage of the nighttime scenes and the moments when Dr. Facilier's voodoo is in effect. My number 1 reason out of everything, however, is my opinion for thinking that Dr. Facilier would make an excellent adversary for Sora in the game. I could imagine them utilizing his skill set well, and then mixing in Heartless in order to keep everything grounded. As a boss fight, I think he has plenty of potential. My number 5 pick happens to go to the Pride Lands. Most people would like to see the return of Agrabah, but honestly, with the passing of Robin Williams, I would hope out of respect that they would retire this world. No offense to Aladdin, but a large part of his world's appeal has to do with the genie, and I couldn't imagine a world without him. And if they did try to replace him, I don't know how I'd feel about that. I think that the Pride Lands would provide us with a wonderful substitute. Personally, I like Sora's lion form, and the combat that came with it, so I welcome that aspect. Story-wise, the franchise still has much to offer considering it still has 2 other movies to draw inspiration from. I also feel like The Lion King is one of those top Disney classics that people immediately synonymize with Disney, so I think it might be a returner. Next up is Game Central, or the Wreck-It Ralph world. Okay, so I know we've been a video game character inside of a video game before, but what about this time we go into a game where we get to fight along someone who can truly utilize the destruction physics the Unreal Engine 4 actually has to offer. Ralph would be an excellent addition for his destructive capabilities alone. Remember how I said that New Orleans would be great because Dr. Facilier would be a great adversary? Well, here's an example of me wanting a world because I think Ralph would make such a great ally. The world has a lot of potential because it is comprised of many different stylized games, making it more interesting as the terrain could constantly change as we venture throughout the different parts of the world. And in hindsight, wouldn't creating a world based off of a video game be kind of simple to recreate? I'm not a programmer or anything, but I can imagine that being a simple transition in theory. Next up is Hawaii, or A World for Lilo and Stitch. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of bias going into this one, being that this is my favorite Disney movie of all time and all. But hear me out. Stitch is one of the biggest faces for Disney since his debut back in 2002, and his adoration has earned him a place in both Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep. Originally starting off as a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2, he is given a little more fleshing out in Birth by Sleep, but in terms of story progression, we went backwards. We have no idea what happens to him after he disappears in Kingdom Hearts 2's Big Battle Royale, but what we do know is a lot of times after you've been a summon character, you usually get a fleshed out world. This can be seen with both Simba and Mushu. It's not guaranteed, but it is a pattern. You could argue that Birth by Sleep gave Stitch his own world in a game, but I think going to Hawaii and seeing Stitch would make for a fun reunion. He could also serve as the replacement summon for Genie that Sora picks up after visiting that respective world. My number 8 pick belongs to Destiny Islands. Destiny Islands plays a big part within the Kingdom Hearts mythos, and I'm pretty sure like most of the games, all things find their way back here at some point or another. In the very first teaser trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora is seen standing on the islands when he finds Master Aqua's new Keyblade. As this is the birthplace for both Sora and Xehanort's ambitions, I think many more secrets lie here. Also, a model design has already been created in-engine thanks to the release of 0.2, the Fragmentary Passage, so it would be an easy port to expand upon trying to port it over to Kingdom Hearts 3. Last but not least is the Keyblade Graveyard, or another final battle place. My money is on the Keyblade Graveyard, mostly because I think it's been hinted too heavily in some of the previous games. I think the final confrontation would be best suited to take place where Xehanort started it all with Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. And that's my list and reasons for what worlds I think will be incorporated in the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out in 2018. God, that feels so amazing to say. Let me know what worlds you think will make it onto the roster, and let's have some fun down in the comments below. If you're new, consider subscribing to join the Soul Patrol. I'm really hitting my stride in my live stream of the Kingdom Hearts series. I try to stream every day around 9, but if you miss me, check back the next day and say hi. So, for all things NERDOM, GEEKDOM, and all things pop culture, keep it here at your boy One Soul. Peace, guys.